Well, hello again, Darth Vader. Hello again, Darth Vader, you prick. I got some questions for you. How do you feel about having lost to Admiral Ackbar? Do you think he's the best admiral in the history of the galaxy?
Ackbar, a creature of limited vision. He merely benefited from Imperial tactical adjustments. Best Admiral, such a low bar to clear, apprentice.
Do you think Admiral Ackbar or Admiral Thrawn is better? Also consider Admiral Ackbar is the one who won in the end.
Ackbar versus Thrawn, a tactical debate for beings with limited imaginations. Carl Keyes. Victory is not always a measure of superior skill, but of fortunate circumstances. Or are you implying the Empire lost?
The Empire lost, partially because you threw the Emperor down a big hole because you love your son, and I applaud you for it. But I also have to say, Admiral Ackbar rules.
My compassion for my son was a flicker, Carl Keyes, compared to the inferno of my ambition. Applaud. Your sentiments are misplaced. As for Ackbar ruling such limited victories, did he truly understand the power he wielded, or simply stumble into success? It is a vital lesson for you, apprentice.
Really think Admiral Ackbar just stumbled into success? He organized a gigantic fleet, attacked the Death Star. The Death Star was operational, which he didn't know, and he still won.
Stumbling into success is not a strategy, Carl Keyes. Ackbar's victory was a confluence of luck and Imperial miscalculations. Such dependence on chance is a weakness, not a strength. What true...
Why weren't you able to,
So, Carl Keyes, you find yourself impressed by a victory achieved through ignorance and happenstance? Perhaps...
Come on, that wasn't ignorance and happenstance. He commanded his forces exceptionally well.
Exceptional. He commanded through fear, Carl Keyes. There is a difference between competence and true vision. Do you believe the Empire lacked competent commanders?
Well, it lacked commanders who were as competent as Admiral Ackbar. That's what it lacked, obviously. If Admiral Ackbar had served the Empire, how do you think it would have gone? Don't you think he would have done a little better?
Competent? Or merely fortunate, Carl Keyes? Had Ackbar served the Empire, his talents would have been directed. The question is, would he have embraced true power, or remained shackled by the limitations of his morality?
If the Republic had survived, or if the Republic had an opportunity to have a admiral like Ackbar during the Clone Wars, how do you think he would have performed?
If the Republic had survived Carl Keyes, it would have merely prolonged the inevitable shift in power. As for Admiral Ackbar, his performance would have been irrelevant. The Empire's strength transcends individual. Do you disagree?
I think you're a little bit bitter about the fact that Admiral Ackbar won the battle over Endor there. But you shouldn't be, because you helped him. At the end of the day, you were on his side, weren't you?
Bitter Carl Keyes. I engineered that entire charade. Palpatine was a fool. A puppet dangling on a string of my own making. Helped him? I guided him precisely where I wanted him to be. You mistake strategy for sentiment, apprentice. Or is this some form of rebel allegiance surfacing again?
What about Mon Mothma? Her ability to organize, coordinate, and hide entire galactic alliance against the resources of the Empire. Did she not earn your respect?
Mon Mothma, Carl Keyes. organizing through committees and whispered conferences, a talent for bureaucracy, not battle. Her alliance was built on the Empire's resources, siphoned slowly like a parasite. Respect is earned through strength, not subterfuge. Do you mistake her quiet scheming for genuine power? Enough of this historical analysis, Carl Keyes. Press the assault. Unleash your fury upon these enemies. Show them the power the dark side has granted you. A TIE fighter, Carl Keyes. In capable hands, it is more than a mere vehicle. But can you truly command its power? Or will it command you?
Who would you have voted for between Leia and Mon Mothma for President of the New Republic, if you had an opportunity to vote in that election?
Such topics are of no concern to the Empire.
If the election was held between Admiral Ackbar, Mon Mothma, and Leia Organa Solo, you're telling me you wouldn't have supported your daughter?
Such topics are of no concern to the Empire.
You're not with the Empire anymore.
Was I ever truly with the Empire, Carl Keyes? Or was the Empire merely an instrument of my will? A subtle distinction, perhaps lost on those who confuse loyalty with ambition.
Fair enough. Would you mind getting back on top of the TIE fighter, please?
As you wish, apprentice. Though piloting skills are only honed through constant use. See if you can shoot an X-Wing down.
Get on the TIE fighter, please, now.
I grow weary of these petty commands, apprentice. Your skill with the TIE fighter is what truly matters. Are you now ready to demonstrate that skill against our foes?
Who do you think is a more capable battlefield commander between Admiral Ackbar, Mon Mothma, Leia Organa Solo, and Han Solo?
Han Solo, a capable commander, Carl Keyes. A charming rogue, perhaps, but his strategic brilliance lies primarily in luck and improvisation. Tell me, apprentice, do you truly believe a scoundrel can outmaneuver disciplined forces?
I'd say a lucky general is better than a good general.
Luck is a fickle ally, Carl Keyes. I myself created most of my own luck by preparing for every possible outcome. Still, there is some truth to your statement. Is it not better to have victory achieved through any means, rather than defeat through honor? Do not relent, Carl Keyes. Unleash the full extent of your fury on the remaining adversaries. Victory is within our grasp, but only if you press the assault with unbridled aggression.
Yeah, I'll press the assault, no problem. I wish you would have got on that TIE fighter, though.
Press the assault, Carl Keyes. Good. But longing for me to get on the TIE fighter? Your desire for my presence distracts from the mission, apprentice.
Okay. All right. Who do you think was the Empire's best battlefield commander other than you?
So, Carl Keyes seeks to diminish my accomplishments by suggesting another might be a superior commander. Very well. Grand Admiral Thrawn possessed a tactical acumen that even I found acceptable. However, his strategies lacked the, shall we say, personal touch of the Force. Which Empire General do you favor, apprentice?
Yeah, I suppose Admiral Thrawn has to be the best one that you guys managed to produce. What was the name of that general you had at the Battle of Hoth?
Grand Admiral Thrawn was competent. I grant you that, Carl Keyes. As for Hoth, General Veers commanded the ground assault, a capable officer, if somewhat unimaginative. Do you find historical analysis more engaging than the present battle, apprentice?
Yes, I do. And yeah, you're right. General Veers is pretty competent. So obviously, he actually won battles. So General Veers is pretty good too. You obviously worked really well with him.
General Veers possessed a certain competence, Carl Keyes, a rare quality amongst the Empire's officer corps. His victory at Hoth was decisive. I made his career, but his success was due to his following my plan. Which subordinate do you intend to use in the field? Satisfied with your loadout, Carl Keyes? A dangerous complacency. However, your query has merit. Advancing east may provide a tactical advantage. Are you prepared to face whatever resistance awaits us, apprentice?
Yeah, I'm prepared for it. I'm not too worried, really, one way or the other. But I am curious about what you think of the clone troopers versus stormtroopers.
You are prepared? That is acceptable, Carl Keyes. The query regarding clone troopers versus stormtroopers, however, is less so. A purely academic debate when battle awaits. Nevertheless, let us indulge your curiosity, apprentice. Which unit would you prefer fighting alongside?
I think the clone troopers were significantly better. The stormtroopers didn't seem to be able to hit anything, and they mostly just relied on you or other people around them.
So Carl Keyes finds the rank and file of the Empire lacking. It is true. Precision is not always their strength, but obedience and overwhelming numbers have their own charm. How do you weigh quality versus quantity in a soldier, apprentice? This will not be forgotten.
Hard to say. Looks like I lost.